Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your support on this channel with your likes, shares, subscribes, your comments. Remember, not everything's going to resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself and leave the rest. And something may resonate down the road, or it may just be for someone else. If you're interested in my artwork, there's information below on that. Here we go. I primarily do portraits, but I've done animals and pets, and here we go. Message is for a collective. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's feeling overly emotional about something. You're being told you're either with somebody who's overreacting or overly emotional, or what I'm getting for a lot of you is a sense of you're taking something to heart very harshly. A lot of emotion here, and Spirit's saying, no. Don't take it so hard, whatever this is. Three of Pentacles in the reverse now. Somehow you felt left out. Something has happened where you felt left out. But I see that you're either misinterpreting that, Five of Wands, or there's some message here about review the situation. Is it possible you could have misunderstood this? Is it possible you weren't really left out? Did you draw some sort of conclusion and then took yourself out of this group that you wanted to be a part of? Or were you maybe reading signs wrong? Is it possible? Is it possible you're reading signs wrong? Because I feel like some of you are saying, look, I'm very good as far as what my gut instinct is telling me and being kind of ahead of the curve there. But I see that this group you think you're outside of is actually, that's not the case. Review what's happened here where you feel like you've been left out, because I feel like you're not as left out as you think, and maybe you're making more of it than actually there is. The Hangman, which is not, it's not easy to hear, but also there's a sense of relief, like, oh, it'd be really great if I was wrong about this. Yeah, the Hangman. But that Hangman's in reverse. It's like an energy of, you know better than to draw this kind of conclusion now with some sort of enlightenment. And I think what's triggering you is something that's happened a lot like this in your life, and you've drawn the same conclusion that you have in the past with it. But Spirit's saying, no, look at it differently. You're much more enlightened now to look at this a lot differently. Look at it again. Four of Cups. Yes, this read is really strong in feeling left out. The energy is strong about feeling like you have specifically been left out. These cards just off to the side. What is going on? I didn't grab these cards when I picked up the deck. I don't think I've ever done that. You're feeling like you're entitled to some sort of networking here that hasn't happened, or you're entitled to more than what's happened in life or in this situation, and you're just tired of, like, do I have to fight for every ounce of stuff that's coming my way? Or am I going to get a break here and actually get choices and my just due type of energy here? And I feel like that's maybe energy that you felt you have left in the past, but this has triggered it all over again. This recent situation has triggered all the old feelings about being left out. We're going to get to it. Two of Wands, Nine of Swords, and Judgment. This really is an energy of you're getting in your own way here. There's a lot that's trying to come towards you, and there's a lot that has come towards you. And you have done so much work on self and being transparent with yourself and being transparent with others. And this trigger has thrown you back into the old ways, the old conclusions you've drawn on things. And Spirit says again, it's an unnecessary worry. We have the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Swords. I feel like you're really close to something great here, or you're in the midst of something great here, and you're misunderstanding something that you feel has held you back in the past, but you're responding to it in the same old way you'd respond to things, where you're letting yourself be held back. I see that people are not trying to leave you out. You're leaving yourself out. And especially in this case, because I think there's so many great things happening around you and with you and for you in life right now, don't miss out on those because of like one little blip here or misunderstanding something. That's the energy I see here in the cards. Yeah. You've manifested, the Magician, some wonderful things in your life. I think you would agree with that. And now you've got this one like tower day or tower situation where you're like, what? Am I back to square one on everything? No. You're actually misinterpreting that setback, and you're being asked to really be grateful for all the good manifesting that's come in for you that you've worked hard for, but it's come in. You're in it right now. Five of Swords. There's something very competitive about you, though, that if things don't go just so, you think it's something from the past and it's a trigger. And something from the past has been when things didn't go your way. But Spirit's here announcing very boldly and loudly, things are going your way. Your manifestations are here. You don't have anything really to complain about. With regards to those manifestations, they're here and you're enjoying them. So don't let misunderstanding get in your way, or past ways of how you'd handle something get in your way. You've done a lot of work on self. You're much more enlightened than that now. I understand, easier said than done, but Spirit's saying you've got the strength now to handle this in a different way. And you've got the strength now to see this in a different way. And you've got the strength now to say to yourself, look, I'm seeing this with the old lenses that I used to use and the old opinions that I used to have. And I'm much more enlightened now. And I'm just misunderstanding here. But what you're misunderstanding and how you're reacting like old you. Or how you would have acted maybe or reacted in the past. But you've come a long way. And there have been a lot of burdens in your life, and there are a lot of triggers I'm hearing. You justifiably have a lot of triggers. In fact, even saying that, I feel like crying, but I'm not. I'm going to keep moving because that's not the point. The point isn't how many burdens you've had in life that could trigger you and be like a minefield for you. I feel like more of the energy here is saying, don't go back to that. Look how far you've come and rejoice in all the work you've done, how far you've come, and where you are now. And if something didn't go just right, I think you're going to see in time you misunderstood that with the old you, like I said, lens. Don't let it trip you up in the present. Eight of Wands. There's going to be some communication that comes in about this where you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't see that the other day. But it's a good surprise, and it's going to be a reminder to you that you did misunderstand the situation. Communication comes in quick, and maybe it's because certain people noticed that maybe you looked upset or you were withdrawn or something. Somebody's going to address that, and then you're going to see things much differently. Seven of Swords, because right now you're used to deception and lies, and you're kind of going back to that. Oh yeah, well of course that would be a part of this because it's gone so well up until this point. So, this is what I'm used to. And again, the triggers, the minefield. But Spirit's very clear in this reading saying, forget the minefield, keep the minefield in the past. Emperor, yeah. I feel like you've got a lot of emperors, a lot of leaders, a lot of quality people in your life right now. Not this deceit and lying that you feel. And I think also you've risen to the occasion and you're standing in your emperor, male or female. No gender in tarot. You are standing in your emperor. You're standing in your happiness, in your strength. And that is why you are also with quality people. And you're thinking these quality people are just the same as situations you've been in the past. And I don't see that in the cards. I see that as, like I said, you responding to the present with an attitude you had in the past, okay? The Chariot, hiding behind the Chariot, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, someone's coming towards you who is very successful, who has an eye on you. If you feel like you've been passed over in work or romantically or any kind of situation, I see that whoever you think has passed you up or overlooked you is coming towards you very fast. And I'm hearing has always had you in mind. Again, something you've misunderstood here. If you think that they've wanted somebody else or they wanted a different scenario or they don't see you, no. I feel like you bring them a lot of happiness. And maybe they haven't expressed that, but remember, we see something is coming in fast, communication. Yikes. Okay, so Four of Swords and Ace of Swords, and maybe that's how you respond. Yikes, I really didn't. I had this misunderstanding of what was happening here. Ace of Swords, the truth comes out. Yeah, you're just like, I am burnt out from this. But this is a trigger that you're in right now. And yeah, you're burnt out from this happening in life, but this isn't happening. It's something good that's happening. You've just had, you just had a rough go of it. And so you're always waiting for the next shoe to drop, the bottom to fall out. I don't see that that's happening. I think you've just misunderstood this. So don't let it stress you out, and the truth comes towards you. Wow. The truth comes towards you because you've grown a lot. So give yourself credit for that and stand in your growth. Yeah, don't stand in the past where I'm hearing your growth was stunted. Stand in the growth that you've worked so hard for, in that enlightened version of you. Because you'll see, not only are your ships coming in, I feel like they're here. I feel like you've been enjoying these ships, and then there's been some sort of blip, and you're like, oh, well, of course. Forget about the of course. Just say, that will reveal itself in time, because it will. And right now, I'm just not understanding it, but I'm not going to react to that or give it too much attention. That will be cleared up in time. I do see victory. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the message really here is you're in a special place, and I think you'd even agree. So don't, overblow this blip. It'll become very clear to you. I feel like the divine has you cupped in a secure, protected space and a happy place now, because you've walked away from a lot of triggers, toxicity, So don't go back there. Stay in your truth. Stay in your truth. And many of you are thinking, I've had to just fight for every little thing I've gotten here. But things are starting to go your way. And I feel like you, if you're resonating with this message, are going to say the same thing. Yeah, I have noticed a shift since I've been doing the work. The energy is a lot lighter. There's more gifts. Yeah, manifestations I do know are around me coming in. There's more of a love environment around you rather than a stressed out and fighting for everything environment. And I really feel like this is a gift from the divine, your divine team. For many of you, this has to do with some sort of love interest that maybe looked another way and you're like, yeah, of course. But I see actually you're supposed to be a pair. Just hang in there. This is going to clear up. And then you're going to see, oh, I misunderstood. I was looking at it again from an old lens, from an old me, through that old lens, okay? Enjoy something that starts small and then builds. Yeah, that may be new to some of you. But it's going to be, there's going to be more that's given here. There's a bigger payoff with that kind of a start. And you don't see that yet because maybe you haven't ever experienced this. But this person is going to really invest in you. Yeah. And the timing of, especially if we're talking about relationships, but this could apply to a situation, the timing of things in the past when you wanted them to come in so quickly, they petered out and then there was a lot of regret. About when it's time for, your timeline where you would have normally petered out, because you hung in with this and it was just a little different energy and it was slower and you became okay with that, you're going to see that it's really going to pick up and inspire you in a time frame that would, in other relations or situations, peter out way too fast and be regretful. Now, I see good things in the midst here. It's just kind of hang in there right now because it's a confusing time for you. But like I said, this is going to clear itself up and this is going to turn into something really good here. It may start slow. Because I feel like whoever you're dealing with or whatever situation you're dealing with is trying to be very strategic to do this right. Whatever they consider is right. Right in approaching you, or right in how you're treated, or right in respecting you, or the situation somebody feels needs to be done in such a manner that is respectful of you. So if it feels like it's slow, it's because there is some sort of strategy, but actually to your advantage, to be treating you in a manner that is respectful and for your best interest. You two together, too, are going to be, and I feel like you know this person, but you may not know them as well as you're going to. You two are you will spawn a lot of, or spark a lot of energy in one another that's youthful energy, and lots of invigorating energy, rejuvenation, inspiration. Yeah. And you're going to be each other's focus. Or if this is a situation, you're going to be very focused on the situation, and the situation in turn very focused in on you being a part of it. Yeah, good things. Let's get our botanicals going here. Botanical Oracle says service. I feel like this is more like do yourself a good service. Do yourself a good turn. Garlic. Do yourself a good turn here. Be of service to yourself and settle down. Don't take this, we started this message with, don't take it so to heart here. Don't take it so hard. Yeah, because you might even, if you respond in the old ways, depending on the toxicity levels and what your past looks like, you could show old ways that you've tried very hard to work on. So you don't want to get into old patterns and, for yourself and for your health, but also to show that to somebody if that's not how you want to be showing up anymore. You don't want to put them off track of who you really are right now, who you've become, who you've worked to become. And of course, working on self in the shadow, that's a daily grind for all of us. We're constantly working on self. For those that want to make healthier choices. Not everybody works on self because it's not easy. New beginnings, yeah. I cannot show most of this card. But, let's see. Okay. We've got a dragon energy there. Got the peacock energy. I think you met this person last year sometime, and now it's kind of growing into more. Just be patient with it. And I think they're a standout, or they think you are, or both of you are. Yeah, embrace this new beginning. Don't get caught up in what you think it should be, or if you see, any kind of like this, something that's gone off, a little bit off. Like everything was running smooth and it gets a little bit off and then you just jump to a conclusion. Don't get trapped in that. Like I said, looking at things like you would have looked in the past at something. Don't get trapped in a past way or a past you. Let's grab another oracle here. Even wisdom needs to rest. You've been doing a lot of work on self, and maybe it's just time to take a little break here. And certainly take a break from whatever it is you're worried about, where you feel like you were left out. Okay? Even wisdom, your wisdom, you've gained a lot of wisdom, needs to rest. Yeah, and definitely being of service to yourself and not approaching this in such an emotional way where you might put somebody off, and then you look at it and you're like, why did I react so over the top here? It's not even really my style. And now this person, is kind of wondering what's behind the curtain there. And it's just heightened emotions. But they don't know that because they may not know you very well yet. I don't want to close out this read. Don't forget to nourish yourself. Find your sanctuary. Do your meditations. Stay calm here. Stay calm. Clear the mind. And take a closer look. And I would suggest doing that while you're meditating. Because right now, as you take a closer look, your emotions are so in it, and you don't want to respond, as we've talked about. Just take a closer look when your mind is calm and quiet. Ask for help. I don't know what that's all about. Let's find out. I feel like we're going off on a tangent here, maybe. Okay. Honor all your emotions and feel them. Yeah. There's a lot of emotions here. We talked about that from the get-go. Ask for help if you need it from somebody who's a professional. Ask for help from the divine in prayer. There's a lot of help there. Joy will return. Have faith. I see that joy returns. Let's grab a charm. The star, yeah. This is a big wish of yours, probably, this person, this situation, and that's why the emotions are so high. I feel for you. Don't worry. Crescent moon with the star. Yeah. Oh, I get this. So star, big wish, star, emphasis again, crescent moon. That's feminine energy. And that's all about letting things come to you. You know, if this situation or this person is your wish, that you're kind of like, what happened here? You know, what was the blip that happened here? And you're so emotional about that. Remember, pull back from the emotion, calm the mind, take a closer look at this. I think you'll see it differently. I think it'll be explained to you as well. Communication is coming in. But also remember, this big wish, big asterisk here, is for you to enjoy it coming to you, not having to go after it. And Spirit's saying that's very key here. This big wish of yours, this is new energy for you where you don't have to go after it. It comes to you. Very key. That is your message. And if you've liked it, if it's resonated, if it's helped you, please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel. And if you feel inclined or inspired, please do buy me a coffee. That information is below in the description box with the link. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth.